Everybody, welcome to Froggy Stocks. Nothing I say is financial advice, entertainment purposes only. Global AMC space call.
Together with this and nothing, and in my opinion, nothing will remain undiscovered what they do and what they did. Because the whole world is watching so close at our beloved stock. So please feel free to begin. Tell us where you come from. Tell us why you are here. Just let the world know and our opponents why we are here and why they have no chance. Because we are one. Somebody wants to speak? No problem.
I can go ahead and break the ice and kind of just tell my story if you would like.
Of course.
So I was a investor since 08, where I was stationed over in Iraq, obviously, and I was deployed with some German soldiers too, which was really cool. My first trip to Germany was actually when I left there and visited for my mid-tour, so that was beyond amazing. My first investment was in 2008. We were overseas and we get this news that the American economy collapsed. We're like, what is going on here? So, we're all a little worried, like, how, we going to get home? What's going on? And blah, blah, blah. And obviously things all worked out, but some contractors came up to us and said, hey, you guys should really think about investing in the stock market. Right now is the time to buy. So literally we got the information to do the ultimate dip buy that nobody ever would have thought about. So, me and my friends bought some stocks. We made some money. My one buddy got lucky, made like $250,000 in a day. Then we got home and we're like, let's keep investing. Well, as we kept investing, it just got worse and worse and worse, and people started losing money, and we started realizing how messed up the stock market actually is. How many people lost their 401ks and their retirements in 08? How many people lost their homes? And after that, I didn't invest for like another 2-3 years. But then about 3 years ago, I decided to get back in. But this time I came with the knowledge knowing that I'm playing against a completely rigged system. Obviously, we all seen the movies. We saw The Big Short and Margin Call and stuff like that. But this time when I came back, I saw this massive community of people springing up, due to Wall Street Bets and other groups on Twitter and Facebook. And I said, what's going on here? I was like, I invested in some EV stocks, made some good money. And then my buddy called me one day, said, hey, look what's going on with AMC and GameStop. So I took a look and I started diving into these spaces. And this was before January 27th. And I said, holy cow. I was like, they've got an entire world full of people fighting against these brokers that are and market makers that are trying to steal people's money. I was like, I've got to be a part of that. So I bought in, super excited. January 28th came. I was up tens of thousands of dollars. And then all of a sudden, Robinhood took the buy button away. And other brokers took the buy button away. Then all of a sudden, the stock on halts and just shoots down to $5 in a matter of a day or two. So I got really, really irritated. Again, I learned a lesson that even when you think you're beating them because you've got enough power on one side, they have mechanisms to try to shut you down on the other. So that made me mad, and I started getting more and more involved. Realized I had to kind of trend away from the Reddit toxicity and came to Twitter. Found Terrible 808 hosting space calls, and then I ended up meeting Tara, Sugar, Swing, Flip, all the guys I hang out with. And for the past 12 months, we've been doing nothing but being diamond-handed investors and working with AMC to try to make the company untouchable. So it's more about my rage for January 27th motivated me to stick this out. Because this is a war. If anybody doesn't think we're not at war with the market makers, you're not looking at this right. We are at war with Citadel, Susquehanna, all these corrupt market makers and hedge funds and brokers. And as of right now, I'm going to tell you, to me, even today with the downside, I think we're winning, man. I personally believe we're winning. And I'm here for the long haul. I'm not giving up until I see that payday and until I see some serious market reform. So that's kind of my story, how I got involved. Just a friend calling me and going, hey, man, check out what's going on here. Like Thor, like, hey man, starting a revolution. You want to come? So that's my story pretty much.
Well, I think too, this is absolutely a war, and we are winning in the end. And I am so confident, and I am so quiet the last 2 days. It's absolutely no problem. This really feels, the first time, this really feels like an end game. We often saw that on Twitter or YouTube, end game, but nothing has ever felt more than an end game, because we know what will happen before Ape, and exactly that happened now. They want to show us how powerful they are and what they can do, and prove to us with all the complete media bullshit that we are losing. And it's the more media comes and the more FUD comes, the more we hold our shares, and that is a worldwide phenomenon. So here's one, Ace Ape. One moment. So Ace, you can speak if you want.
And Tim, real quick, I brought Swing Trade up just to help co-host too. So that's I think you guys may have talked before. So
great, thank you.
Go ahead, Ace.
Hey Spence, I want to get your thoughts on Adam Aaron coming out today saying he's not going to authorize any more Ape shares other than the 1 billion that he's authorized, which 516 million is the dividend, and he's got 484 loaded up to go to market. I thought he said on the shareholder call he wasn't going to do any raises in 2022, but in his message today he says, I'm not going to authorize any more shares other than the 1 billion for 2022 and 2023. What do you think if he does a raise 2022 before we get this thing to squeeze?
So there's 450 plus million shares that are ready to go that can be put out onto the open market. But if you read the 8K, it says that AMC and the board has no plans to issue those to the open market in 2022 or 2023 unless circumstances are extremely beneficial for AMC. So if the price runs to, if Ape runs to $50 to $100 and AMC is running with it and they come out, say Ape runs to $100 and AMC runs with it and they come out and say, hey, let's drop 200 million shares onto the market. One, that is an extremely minimal dilution to raise $2 billion, right? Or more. It's just more. So he could pay the debt off in literally a day if he wanted to. Do I think they're just going to dump shares onto the market? No. But if we do get insane prices, one, I hope they actually do come out and sell some shares to pay the debt off. Like even if it's just 100 million, the dilution factor in that, the dilution to debt reduction ratio is going to be the key. If they pay off $2 billion with 100 million shares, the fundamental value of the debt reduction in the company is going to erase any dilutional value on 100 million shares. So we'll see. I'm not a mind reader. I don't know exactly what he will or will not do. But as of the 8K, they say they don't have plans to do it in 2022 or 2023. So,
well, he said he doesn't have plans to do it beyond the billion. He didn't say beyond the 516 million dividend.
You need to go read the 8K.
Okay.
If you read the 8K, it says it right in there that they don't plan on issuing those extra 450 some million shares in 2022 or 2023 unless there is like extremely beneficial value, which I just explained. If they can pay off $2-3 billion in debt with 100 million shares, I say go for it. So hope that answers your question.
Thanks for your thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Don't be shy, guys. If you got a story, no matter who you are, if you've never talked in a Twitter space before, just request, come on up. Even if you just have thoughts on the dividend or whatever you got. Because if you don't, I'll keep talking and then everybody will get annoyed. And
was the same with me. I listened to you and to Tara and so on for 1.5 years and never raised a word, not one single word. Then Sugar got me last week, and I have to admit that I was very shy because of my English and so on. And now I'm a little more confident, and I can really tell you all you people, that it's no problem if your English is not so good and so on. We will understand you and we will appreciate you.
Yeah, Tim, your English is better than some of the native English speakers that have been in some of these spaces, so don't worry about it.
It's better than mine. Have you guys seen, I can't even type it right. Have you seen my early morning tweets? They're all messed up.
Okay. So Long is here. He wants to speak.
Hey guys, hey Spence, just a quick thank you for everything you've done for the community. Really appreciate it. I join these calls just kind of as a listener most of the time. I think I've spoken once before on a call hosted by Tara, but really appreciate everything you guys are doing. That's first off. Second off, I'm a median income earner, 40-year-old married man, father of 2 kids. I got 750 shares. And I've already written off this investment. I mean, I think my investment was cut in half at one point. I'm just so pissed off by losing brands that we grew up with. I think most of us are kind of children of the 70s or 80s, and lose brands like Blockbuster and Toys R Us because these fucking hedge funds just, want to make money. I think it's absolutely ridiculous. And I've tweeted before directly to Adam and stuff that I will let this go to complete zero before I lose another institution from my childhood, which is a movie theater that I enjoy. I mean, I go with my kids probably every freaking weekend to go see movies. And I'll be damned if just because hedge funds want to make another billion, we lose another institution. So I'm holding with all you guys. Just want to know we're here. I kind of got my price targets, but they're not 150. They're not 200. They're not $300. I'd rather ride it to the top and then ride this fucker all the way back down to zero and not hit my number. So appreciate everything you do. Thanks for letting me speak.
Absolutely, man. And I had a thought today and I tweeted it out. At this point, for me, I know a lot of people are looking forward to it, and don't take this the wrong way, but at this point, to me, say we don't squeeze, I don't even care anymore, man. I've got my shares. I'm going to hold them. Most of them are DRS anyways, and my APE's going to go DRS. After Monday, I'm DRSing every share I have of APE, AMC, and GameStop. I'm just done with it. I'm going to let it sit in there, and I'm going to hold them as long as I'm alive. If we don't see some massive squeeze or some massive price increase, I still see by 2023 AMC being debt free with the ability to sell these preferred shares, the credit card, the popcorn, and the movies return into popularity. I mean, it's not just AMC and GameStop. The 80s, 90s, like retro attitude lifestyles coming back in mass. The kids love this stuff, and we all love it. So, if I don't see this insane squeeze that we all think is coming, and I do believe one is coming, I'm just going to hold my shares, and I'm going to wait till cash dividends land for AMC, and I'm going to make my money back. So I'm not too terribly worried about it. I'm just excited for tomorrow. I'm excited to get my APE dividend. And from what I've seen personally and read in the 8K and the filings on how the preferred stock is set up, I think it's absolutely going to just smash tomorrow, and or not tomorrow, but maybe the 22nd when it goes on the open market for sale. So just my opinion.
And that is exactly what the opponents fear the most, I think, in my opinion. This is the motivation they can't insert in their psychological warfare, this feeling of nostalgia with AMC and what we experienced in theaters and so on. This is something they don't have on their map. So what Long says and what Spence says, the motivation, that it's not about only the money, but it's about saving a company that makes so many dreams possible to dream when you're sitting on this silver screen, that is something that the opponents cannot defeat, really, because we don't care anymore about the price. I was never so convinced like now. And I want to address that too. This motivation is really something that drives me to AMC, because the first childhood memories and so on with me and with my kids are in cinemas. And we have a UCI, a European sort of AMC. It belongs to AMC. And we have a UCI just in the next city, next corner. And it's so great to now go every time, nearly every week, go to exactly that cinema and no cinema else. It's only AMC for us. And this is a motivation they cannot defeat.
Absolutely. AMC just released a public statement, actually, something about Cineworld, which I'm guessing somebody at Cineworld released this without telling headquarters, because AMC has come out and released a statement directly after it. AMC chairman and CEO Adam Aron said yesterday, Cineworld, which is the world's second largest movie theater circuit, issued a public statement that it anticipates low levels of admissions until November 22, which are expected to negatively impact liquidity positions near term. Aaron continued at AMC, as we have publicly discussed previously, the film slate in the third quarter 2022 is expected to be relatively weak. However, we continue to be quite optimistic about the increasing demand for our portfolio of movie theaters in the fourth quarter 22 and 23. So Cineworld came out and basically said it's not looking good. And, you know, Adam Aron already touched on that in the quarterly earnings. But we can fix that. Really simple fix. All the apes go to the movies. Take your families to the movies. Cineworld does not have the following AMC does. So
exactly. And in December, he said that Cineworld maybe is an opportunity for AMC.
Absolutely. And think of this. We have the opportunity here in the next couple months to pay off possibly every single dollar of debt AMC has with the preferred shares that we have in the treasury. Yeah. If Ape and AMC goes crazy the next couple weeks and we're at hundreds of dollars and Adam Aron drops, 50 million shares on the open market and can pay a bunch of debt off, I'm absolutely not against it at this point. I know most people are scared of dilution, but every time AMC is diluted in the past, the share price has taken a significant rise. So,
we have some new speakers. I think, I don't know who was the first, but I think Tyra 1, if you want to.
Hey, what's up? Thanks guys for hosting the call. I appreciate it. I actually haven't spoken now for a while. I used to come on more often, but life happens and, you get in different binds, and so I haven't come on, but it's a pleasure being back on. One thing I just have to say is make sure you guys, when we get this ape dividend on the 22nd, you have to make sure you hold at least for 5 to 7 days, at least. Do not sell. That's what they want us to do, so they can start manipulating ape as well. And two, and perhaps Spence, you can answer this. Swing. I don't really know swing too well. Tim, anyone can try to answer this. In your guys' humble opinion, just an opinion, do you think that a security token or a ape dividend would have had more potential being issued through T0 as a blockchain rather than through the stock market? I want to know your thoughts on that for a MOAS to happen.
So, yeah, I agree. When you get your ape, because there's some brokers saying they're going to delay until the 26th potentially, I personally believe that holding your ape for at least 7 days, in my opinion, you do what you want, it's your stock, is probably the most important thing you can do. Because by the time someone else gets their ape, if you've already sold, that's more shares into the open market. To the T0 situation, I think if it was issued on T0, personally, it would have been a lot harder to manipulate the ape, but I'm not 100% sure the ability to raise the capital would have been as easy, and or potentially there would have been almost immediate lawsuits against AMC. Although I will say that there is a case study for this already. Overstock.com did it. They went to T0 and it absolutely crushed the shorts. Security token and tokenization is a very good process, but it's still relatively new in its process. So that's all I would say about it.
And given that there's only one case study, the one, so both Overstock and OSTKO definitely squeezed. I'm not going to take that away from it. But in the end, long term, they actually, Overstock ended up rolling OSTKO back into Overstock because there wasn't enough transaction volume on the T0 platform to keep the token actually at par with the common share. And so until that situation changes, and I know that, you know, they've been working on it, they're working on the platform, they're working on growing it. At one time, Canadians couldn't, you know, get on the platform. There were some limitations to it. How that changes with, you know, they're partnering with their BSTX and some of the other things that they're going on. I don't know enough, and really, I don't think anybody can say definitively because it's not here yet, you know. So it's hard. It's hard to say. The nice thing about blockchain is that it proves a 1-for-1. I think long term, the stock market should be on blockchain. Will they ever allow? Will the players allow that to happen? Because it'll totally change the grift. Like what will Susquehanna and all these market makers do if they actually have a 1-to-1 and they actually are regulated to, you know, actually hedge options accordingly the way they should, and all the things that we know that go on. You know, they've been making their billions and billions of dollars all of these years off of the way the system is now. So I don't think it's going to be a light switch by any means, you know, as far as it being a changed system in a year or 2 years. Like, I see that being a 5-10 year goal, you know, to be realistic as far as the way the system, because you're going to have to change the entire plumbing. You're going to have to change entire business models of all the players, and these players, you know, the Charles Schwabs and TD and, you know, all these brokerages, they've been around for, you know, the ones that have survived have been around for hundreds of years. So you're talking old money getting upended. That doesn't happen overnight in just one stroke of a pen. So I think it's a good goal for the market to get to, so that the effery that we've been seeing maybe goes away to a certain extent. But, you know, it is what it is, and really it doesn't matter because we have the ape, and we're going to get to see how it works. I was looking into a little bit the coding. There is, because of the way that the DTCC handled GameStop's dividend, the coding, I saw a sheet that has coding, and there is different coding for a preferred stock dividend as well versus a standard stock dividend. There's actually different coding involved. And I almost wonder if Adam may have learned from the GameStop, because I don't see how the same coding where they just do a stock split can be used, given that it's a preferred share instead of a common share that's getting split. So this might actually be a better situation, just based off of how that coding system works within the plumbing of the NSCC and the DTCC. So I'm interested. I'm excited to see what transpires.
Yeah, I totally agree with you, Swing, and totally Spence. To convert to like a blockchain in an instant, I think would be it would honestly cause a shock in the entire stock market. The whole thing would just it would be nuts. And Spence, you said something about litigation. I never really thought about that. that actually would be a massive caveat to having a dividend run through T0. At that time, during the first the most recent financial crisis in '08, when Overstock was going under, and then they issued the dividend through T0, not many eyes were on Overstock and T0. Like, who the hell knew T0 at that time? Right now, everyone is like, the mass media is all over AMC, and so I can only imagine if a dividend came into fruition through T0. That would, oh my God, yeah, I think it would cause a squeeze, like a massive squeeze, but there would be so much lawsuits going on that it would honestly would take forever.
And
it would literally take forever.
To be fair, Overstock and T0 have won all their suits against all of that, but it was such a long nightmare for them. I still think securitization. I still think that AMC should list on the BSTX in the future, the new blockchain exchange that's going to be coming into the market. I think it's literally going to be the future of the stock market as blockchain. Gary Gensler is like a blockchain fanatic. I mean, the dude's still doing lectures on blockchain, and the DTCC has been posting articles nonstop about it. So either way, in the future, it's coming. I would like to see this thing pop off on this preferred dividend issuance, and we make all our money. And I would love to see AMC be the first company to list on a blockchain exchange to set the tone for the future. So that's my personal opinion on it.
Yeah, that would totally be amazing. That's exactly what we're kind of fighting for, more transparency, right? And I think that's the answer to that. Thank you guys so much for your time and answering my question. I appreciate it.
Okay, so we have two new speakers. I think long hair was first, and then Canada is here, Paul. We would love to hear your stories and your questions. Go ahead. And one thing, there are many German people I spot here, so I will switch to German. Leute, wenn ihr Bock habt, ihr könnt einfach euer schlechtestes Englisch einfach mal rausnehmen. Es ist ganz egal. Bitte erzählt euch unsere Geschichten. Ich sehe den Aktien-Goofy, ich sehe viele andere. Springt über euren Schatten und versucht es einfach mal. Es ist gar nicht so schlimm. So please, long hair and then Paul.
Hey Tim, sorry. Yeah, I've already spoken. If you want to drop me from a speaker, you can. I don't know if I can. I don't know how to do that.
Okay. Sorry.
But
so we have
appreciate it.
So hey everyone, how you doing? Thanks for hosting the call there, Spence and Swing and Tim. Appreciate it. How's everybody doing? You can hear me okay?
Yeah, sound good.
Yeah, so I'll go to my story in a bit, but with just to talk a little bit about T0. Yeah, you guys are correct. I mean, everything will eventually go that way. That's what it's set up to do. But you know, if you think about the NASDAQ was nothing until eventually, I think it was Microsoft that listed on it. Before Intel was on it, and NASDAQ was never went anywhere, didn't do anything until Microsoft said, "Hey, you know what? We're gonna list on that." I believe that's how the story goes, and now you know where NASDAQ is today. But everything's going that way, in my personal opinion, and I really believe that. When it comes to the ape dividend, you guys are talking about holding it for at least a week, probably or longer. Yeah, I totally agree with that. I've my personal experience with other dividends in that sometimes they don't come right through right away, and it takes a few days after they've been listed. So for me, that, in my opinion, that it's totally normal. So I would relax on where is it, but always contact your broker. Try to do it ahead of time, see what happens. I like the work you guys are doing. I don't necessarily always agree, but that's okay. We're adults. But I do appreciate the stuff you guys put out, and I learned from it. I think it's great, and that's awesome. So my story goes like this, okay? So as some of you know, I'm 60 years old, and my investment decisions were completely different. I didn't even know there was an app to do that kind of thing, or anything like that. And one day I went and visit my nephew out in British Columbia, and he was showing me his app, and he was buying Bitcoin and he had stocks on it. And I said to him, "You can do that?" And he says, "Yeah, you can do that." I said, "Well, that's awesome, man." And so when I came home, I live in Ontario. I downloaded the app, I set up my account, and I said, "This is great, man." And weed stocks were the most popular thing going. So what did I do? I bought a bunch of weed stocks. I thought, "Oh yeah, man, here we go." I was listening to the stories of some of the people at my sister's trailer park, and they were talking, "Oh yeah, fuck, man, I made 60 grand, like fuck it." And I'm like, "Holy shit, I'm getting on that." So I bought a bunch of weed stocks. My wife and I decided that she's a travel agent, so a really good deal came up, and we went to Vietnam for I think it was 3 weeks. And I didn't really have Wi-Fi, or it was very difficult. And of course, it's a communist country, so I was still leery about that kind of thing. I'm sure it's fine, but I was just leery about it. And when I came home, my dollar stocks turned into penny stocks, and that's where they've sat this whole friggin' time, man. So that's my introduction to this type of investing. But before January 2021, before there was anything about squeezes or GameStop or anything like that, because I'm Canadian, and BlackBerry is a Canadian company, and I thought, they've been hurting big time. They get raked over the coals constantly, but I believe they have excellent security systems, the software. They're heading that way. I did my due diligence. They had some kind of agreement with Google about for the vehicles that they were looking at doing. I thought, you know what? It's like a $4 stock. Why not? I threw a whole bunch of money into it. I said, yeah, I'll let that run and let her go. And then, of course, January 2021 hit, and the friggin' stock went to like 36 bucks. I said, well, I'm going to sell, man. This is awesome. And then I started watching the news, and I heard this thing called Wall Street Bets and GameStop and a squeeze. And I'm like, what the hell is all this stuff about? So I didn't even know what Reddit was, had no idea what Twitter was. That just wasn't my life. And so, of course, I went on Reddit. I joined Wall Street Bets and thought, hey, this would be great. I can learn some interesting investment ideas through here. But, well, I mean, as we all know now, that's not such a great place to go for like the major site of at least 10 or 12 million people. And what happened there, if you don't know the story, well, I could tell you another time. So anyways, it was mostly on Reddit, and then learned about Roaring Kitty, and I thought, wow, man, that fucking guy, that was amazing. How did he do that? Like, I like to tell the story of Roaring Kitty is that, I mean, you'll see a story going around on Twitter right now about somebody made 110 million on BBBY. But I like to tell the story. I said, here's a Roaring Kitty. Here's a guy who had 25 bucks and he turned it into 48 million and ended up in front of the Senate committee. I mean, you got to give the guy credit, man. I mean, the guy did his thing, and I was so impressed with that. And and then so here comes the deep dive. What is GameStop? What is AMC? Well, okay, well AMC, hey, yeah, you know what? AMC's awesome, man. It's a movie theater. I like movies. The stock was really cheap. I thought, yeah, it's the pandemic era and stuff like that. I said, it's going to turn around. It's a long-term hold. And then, of course, I met everyone here in this community, and we've gone forward in that, and oh my God, the battles that we've all gone through, and we supported each other. And Kat came along and she was doing her fight, and I thought, well, that's effing awesome, man. It is a great community. I mean, I really do enjoy everyone here. And yeah, that's about it, I think, in a short synopsis. But I encourage anyone who's never spoke on these calls to come up and talk. It's my first time. I was nervous, and sometimes I still get nervous because it's public speaking. But so what? Just come up, tell your story, and I'd love to hear it. Love to hear where you come from. Love to hear what movie you might be going to. I know if you don't have one, do you got a GameStop? It doesn't really matter. Just tell me. I'd like to learn a bit more about your life. I mean, this is mine. I'm married. My wife and I have been together for 38 years now, and it's wonderful, man. We have a wonderful, loving relationship, and it's great. And And I've lived through a lot of market crashes. I mean, as some of you who follow me know what I post, there's a lot of things I post, especially regarding around not necessarily market structure, but what's happening in the market, what's happening in Europe, how things affect one thing, another. Is this a black swan event? I'm concerned about, not just the war, but the high inflation and how that's affecting food commodities throughout the world, and how that's going to affect everyone really in the long run. But yeah, that's pretty much my story. I encourage anyone to come up, just talk, tell us how you're doing and what you love about the stock and what's great in your life and whatever. It doesn't matter. Thanks.
Absolutely, Paul. So great. I mean, what an emotional and great story. And this is what this call is about. Just tell us, where do you come from, and what do you think about it. Ask your questions and so on. Just be yourself. This is what we want with this calls, and we want to show the whole world that we are one, and that we don't have any boundaries or anything. You can speak with the baddest English, with the best English. It's no problem at all. Please go ahead. We have Warlord as a speaker.
Sorry, Tim. Did Sugar ever get a hold of you? Because I think he was trying to get a hold of you. I don't know how he was going to do it, but did he ever get a hold of you?
I don't understand.
Tim, Sugar was trying to get a hold of you. I'm just wondering if he was able to get a hold of you through DM or whatever.
No.
Okay, I'm not sure how long he's got left on his Twitter suspension. I think it's because he's been hanging around at Eagle too much myself. Because he always, but anyways, so he is suspended for a bit, and he should be back. That's what he was telling me this morning when I called him. Okay, anyways, I'm off. I'm going to step down, let people pop up. That'd be great. Thanks for hosting the call, guys.
Thanks for coming up, Paul. Hey, Tim, too, if German apes want to come up and speak German, tell them, feel free, man. You can just kind of paraphrase, translate for the rest of us what they said real quick. Feel free to come up and speak in German.
Also Spence sagt, der Host ist ja der Spence, und wir können auch ruhig auf Deutsch sprechen, und ich würde das dann halt einfach mal eben simultan übersetzen. Also wer auch immer Bock hat, jetzt gerade aus Deutschland zuhört und irgendwie sagt, nee, also mit diesem Englischen will ich nicht, sprecht ruhig auf Deutsch, und ich werde das dann halt einfach übersetzen. Thank you.
Just so everybody knows too, we have 120 viewers on a live stream on YouTube watching this call too, from people around the world. So this is really, really good deal for everybody. So if you want to come up and speak, if you got a story, a thought, a question, just request. We'll bring you on up to go over what I was talking about going to the movies. If 2 million apes go see 4 movies in Q3, say $12.50 per ticket and $7.95 average concession per patron, that's 1.06 billion in purchases in Q3. I wrote Q2 again on the tweet in accident, but it's that simple. We're the investor and we are the consumer. We can make Q3 as good or bad as we want. So go to the movies.
Okay, so Warlord, where do you come from?
Hey everyone, my name is Warlord. By the way, Spence, that $7.95 is way too low concession per user. It's ticking up to over $10, especially with luxury theaters. Way over $10. So that's a very conservative estimate.
Yeah, I just used what was in the last report I read.
Yeah. Movies like some of the new movies that were released, like Bullet Train and stuff. Those are high alcohol movies where alcohol is served. They're doing really well. I'm out in Calabasas, but I call it Kobe Basses in respect to Kobe, who died basically almost in my backyard. I'm a 25-year trader, pro trader. I started around turn of the century, so I'm a bit older than most of you. Probably been trading longer than some of you have been alive. Not a flex or anything. Just telling you who I am. I've been in and out of the name for a long time, and obviously following the situation like all of you, and think there's opportunity here for maybe not MOAS, but higher, and placed my bets accordingly. And I think we have an interesting opportunity. These don't come around often, and I'm happy to be an ape and happy to be a part of it, and look forward to the incoming shitstorm. What's shitstorm in German, Tim?
It's not a direct thing, but you can say we also say shitstorm. It's a normal German word, but
Right.
to translate it exactly is Scheißsturm.
But what do you guys say? I mean, what's
Shitstorm?
you say shitstorm? Okay, but shitstorm, shitstorm.
No, we say shitstorm like you say kindergarten.
Oh, okay. So I'm
it's German, but also the Americans say kindergarten. So we say shitstorm because there is not a real other explanation. And if you really take these words, you can say Scheißsturm, but nobody says that.
Shitstorm. Well,
yeah.
I'm speaking of Germany. I was brought up listening, hearing a lot of Yiddish. Huge fan of Porsche. Are you in Germany, Tim?
Yes, I'm in Germany. Yeah, North Germany, near the North Sea coast.
Not a flex, but did 2 days of training at the Nürburgring F1 track in an M3. Have a very blessed, beautiful life, and just pleasure to be among all of you, and really believe in this movement. So let's go.
Yeah, Nürburgring is maybe 3 hours away from us, and we are there for the 24 hours races always, and it's always a pleasure. Yeah, it's great there. So we have Damien as a speaker if he wants to. Where do you come from?
How y'all doing? Actually, I just wanted to first just say thank y'all for what y'all do in these spaces and putting in the time and effort and everything that y'all do for us. But I'll have more of a question. Since AMC has been, I'm fairly new to the market, but since AMC has been so manipulated, is it possible to take AMC and turn it into 8?
It's got to be requested by the board of directors first to go to a vote. Then every single shareholder would have to vote yes on it to be converted. So it's actually quite a process.
Okay. Yeah, I was just wondering that, since it seemed like that would have been an easier route toward the end, since if we can't get the squeeze, through AMC or whatnot, maybe transfer it over to the 8. That way, since 8 can't be, I guess, manipulated as much.
Yeah, eventually we might see some type of conversion if AMC wants to do a buyback in the future. But in the 8K also, where it says that the board has to first request it and then we have to vote on it, they said they don't have any plans going forward to 2023 for it. So
yeah,
we'll see. We'll see what happens, man. I know all the cards are on our table, and I'm the dum-dum here. I will have to get off the call at, what is it? It's 3 in 1 hour, because I thought my tickets for Dragon Ball Superhero were for tomorrow. They're not. They're for today. So I got to be at the AMC at 5 o'clock. But I think now we can, I can hand the host position over to somebody. Isn't that how that works? Is that available? Either way, I've got till 5. I've got till 4 o'clock. So we've got a good hour and 20 minutes. Freaking Elohim just messaged, hey, I got my tickets. I'm going today, Spence. Why you wait until tomorrow? And then I looked at my ticket and it says today. So bad on my part.
Okay. So S is here. Where do you come from?
What's up, guys? I'm from Kansas City, But I've been in this game been in this stock for almost 2 years now. But my main question is, I don't know if we're talking about all this stuff right now, but I hope you guys are watching after hours. We're down to like 1852. What do you think the plan is here? This is getting. For me, it's getting kind of concerning. I guess we've dropped like almost 30% in 2 days. It's ridiculous. I thought they were going to be forced to cover here at some point.
That's why they're doing it. They're gonna do every little single trick in the book, illegal or illegal, to save as much money as they can. They're dropping this price as hard as they can because they got to get ready to cover. That's all they're doing.
Are they going to cover tomorrow, or are they going to cover Monday, or what's the plan?
Nope, I can't. There's no way I could know that. But I'll tell you right now, Ape gets delivered tomorrow, but it doesn't trade till the 22nd. So I would assume the 22nd we're going to see an event. But tomorrow I am dropping a fat order on AMC tomorrow, first thing in the morning, 7 a.m. If this I never thought I would see this price again.
It's absolutely ridiculous. We were like 27 like 3 days ago. It's crazy.
Yep, I'm not even worried about it. I'm pumped up because I'm getting ready to buy more on this beautiful opportunity. And I'm telling you, this is literally, people say the dip before the rip. They're pulling out all the stops to try to get the price as low as they can before they have to start covering. That's all this is.
Yeah, I can't wait to see the day Ken Griffin's on the street begging for food. I really can't, because he's a low-life bastard. Anyway, y'all have a good night.
That might be sooner rather than later, according to their earnings report.
Oh, I hope so. It'd be fantastic.
Do you really think he's going to be like, you don't think he just prepped to have to pay this down? BlackRock lost $1.7 trillion. I think they're going to be pissed about this, and they're probably just going to target anyone who held an AMC share for like months and just try to, fuck with your trades for that as long as they can.
Yeah, they're going to do everything they can to save money for as long as they can. These are the worst people on the planet.
Oh, I'm going to agree with that.
Whatever illegal thing they can do in this next week, in this next couple days, they're going to do it, because the fees they're going to pay to save, they pay $1 million fine to save $100 million on a share. They'll do it, man. But this is just how desperate they are. There's no logical price action on what's happening to AMC because SSR was triggered, and it's still being shorted down to nothing. This is nothing. And I warned everybody. I made a video. I said the final dip buy. I made a whole video about the final dip buy, which is minus tomorrow. They're going to generate every single failure to deliver possible yesterday, today, tomorrow. And in September, when we get the second half of August data, you are going to see tens of millions of failure to delivers pop up on the books. And then, like Adam Aaron said in the last annual, he's going to go and contact the NYSE again and go, you guys are allowing naked shorting. These failure to delivers are a sign of it. Our stock's being abused. He can go to the DTC with this new Ape dividend share count that's coming in and say, we've got no faith in share management, and recall all their shares. So this is going to be a big event, you guys. I'm super excited for it.
I got some dry powder ready for tomorrow, but man, I'm just trying to figure out how low it's going to go. It's a good deal now, but what do you think? What do you think it'll hit $9?
Here's my thought process. I don't think we'll hit 9. Fundamentally, well, let's look at the chart real quick. Let me pull the chart. I'll do some simple TA real quick. So we were on a beautiful uptrend with higher lows, which we're still in an uptrend with higher lows, even though we're seeing this downward pressure. We're still way above our trend line. So let's see. We'll do tomorrow, 17, 18, 19. Tomorrow, I would say the potential for the lowest price, and this is not financial advice, this is my dire circumstances, worst case scenario, is you see $15, because that will maintain our higher low uptrend. And from 15, you'll see a bounce, maybe like 15, let's see, 19, 1560, 1550. That's where you'll see it if they knock it down to that. I don't think we'll even go to that. But from what I'm seeing on the chart, we have a well over a 60-day upward trend with higher lows the entire time. So I'm blowing my entire load tomorrow. That's what's going to happen. Excuse all my references.
Yeah, and this is going to be very, very, very expensive for them. And as we see right now, and also the last 2 days, they do it with every single stocks that have that have called meme stock. They do it everywhere, and I cannot imagine how much it costs. And this is for me, like I said before, this is for me the first time that I really used this word endgame. It really feels the first time like the endgame, because everybody knows that not everybody is selling. We already know, the whole world knows, this whole call knows that this is only manipulating to get us out. And that's why we are here. And that's why we share thoughts and questions and emotions and so on, to get through this together. That's why what we intended.
Absolutely. And I'll tell you guys, this is something else. I've never had this many people on a live stream on YouTube. We're up to 151 people. Everyone is ready for this. Let me check the call real quick. Can't even see our own call. We got 207 people in this call right now. That's fantastic. If you guys could please tweet out the call, click the comment button, comment in the call, and then go and share it, that would be amazing. Like I said, Tim said, they're going to lose an insane amount of money. This is going to be literally the end of these hedge funds. A lot of them are just they're not necessary anymore. They're actually like a cancer in the financial system. All they do is consume. They don't produce anything. They consume and they shift money overseas, and that's it. That's why you see a lot of hedge fund guys now, they're out on their own, man. It's way better deal anyways. But retail investors are growing. They're becoming smarter. They don't need someone to manage their money specifically anymore. So I think they are going to keep losing a lot of money, like Tim said, in amounts that we can't even imagine. And you're going to see it in the news. It's only a matter of time before Citadel is in the news saying they are closing their fund. They put up their withdrawal gates like 4 months ago, saying that people could only withdraw so much per quarter. And if they did, they would never be allowed to invest again. When they did that in 08, they just about went under. So it's going to be a big market event.
Absolutely, yeah. And I'm looking forward to it. It's crazy, but it is just like that. And so we have now Dino as a speaker, and my dear friend Aktiengoofy is the second one. He's from Germany. I don't know if he speaks in German or in English. Let us surprise. So, Dino, where do you come from?
Oh, thanks, sir. I just want to say you guys are awesome. I love all the information and everything you guys put out there. I live in Idaho currently, but I'm from Bosnia, so I just wanted to go back to S's comment. Like, yeah, we don't know if they're gonna close their positions tomorrow, Monday, Tuesday. They should have closed them 2 years ago when they started all this, but they didn't. So, we're battling. And right now, all they're doing with this price action is they're just trying to beat it down to where they're hunting for those stops. Most traders, they don't know, or they do, so they don't have stop losses set, but a lot of them do. So you got to think, if some people said, hey, at $18, sell all my AMC, good for them. Thanks for the shares, I guess, because we're buying them up. At this moment, if it goes anywhere near 17, 18, or whatever it's at right now, I haven't even seen. I just got off work. But if it goes down to $15, you better believe we should all be buying more and keep buying more. Like, that's all it is. Right now, it's a battle. It's us versus them. And we won 2 years ago. They didn't want to admit it. They kept thinking retail's going to quit. They're going to drop out of this. They don't have the money to keep going. They said we weren't getting government checks. Like, okay, we don't need your government money. We'll invest our own money. We'll go to broke. We're already, most of us aren't living the lifestyle of those guys. That's for sure. We don't care if we see zeros in our account. and we sure hope to wake up and have all their money in our accounts. So just hold on tight, man. Don't sell, don't give, and none of us will. That's for sure.
Absolutely, man. I am literally at 7 a.m. the minute the market opens. I'm dropping every dollar I can on all my BBIG gains I just made, dumping them directly on AMC. I'm going to maximize my dividend issuance. This is going to be awesome.
Yeah, I will buy two tomorrow. And was ist mit dir, Aktien-Goofy? Wirst du auch was reinhauen oder nicht? Bitteschön.
Ja, ich wollte mich auf jeden Fall mal zu Wort melden. Du hast mich ja darum gebeten. Das will ich dann hiermit auch tun, allerdings erstmal auf Deutsch.
Okay.
Weil es ist ja international, haben wir gesagt. Und ja, dann möchte ich das auch heute in Deutsch erstmal abfassen. Also ich bin ja jetzt schon auch eine längere Zeit dabei. Warum ich da hingekommen bin, ich wollte mein Leben selbst in die Hand nehmen, meine finanzielle Lebenslage. Und ich denke mal, ich habe da mit AMC einen guten Griff getan.
Okay, so Goofy is in this play because he wants to be more. Ja, oh Gott, jetzt hast du mir auch was gesagt. He wants to be. Kann mir da jemand helfen vielleicht? He wants to be. Was heißt denn nochmal? Scheiße. Erzähl erst mal weiter.
Well, I will my financial self-making. Maybe
more,
you can...
More financial freedom.
Yeah.
Financial freedom. And for this, I have found AMC. And it's a really good thing of what I didn't... what I find in this. Maybe... I hope we are really in the end game now for all the apes.
I think we're about as close as we're going to get, man. And by the way, your English is fantastic, which is awesome. Yeah, financial freedom. That's what we all want. You know, who wants to work every day of their life until they're 60? It's people are waking up. They're realizing they don't need to. We can play in the markets just like the big boys and come out on top. So I would say this ape dividend, this is something we've been talking about for 13 months or more. The fact that Adam Aaron did it in the fashion he did is just amazing. So I would say going forward with this cornering the shorts, the potential to pay down debt, the credit card revenues we're going to have, and the retail popcorn revenues we're going to have, plus an amazing Q4 and Q1 in 2023. I mean, there's no bad catalysts in our court. Everything is good news. The price action we know is manipulated. I'm not even worried about it right now. I'm only worried about getting my order in at 7 a.m. to get as much ape as I possibly can. So I personally would say this is the end game.
Absolutely. And I think that many people ask me, and what about AMC? Because I told them about it. And many people come to me after 1.5 years. Oh, you're still talking about AMC. So how long do you want to wait? And then I say, well, you are now maybe 41 and you have to work till you're 67. So I don't care if I have to wait 5 years. But then I am financially completely responsible for myself. You know, they have to work to 60 to 67 and so on, and I don't have any problem to wait another 5 years, because then it's over for me, you know, and that's a great motivation too.
Oh, sorry, I don't want to cut in. Did anyone talk about Adam Aaron's most recent tweet, by the way?
You talking about the Cineworld one?
Yeah.
Yeah, Cineworld's coming out purposely saying our Q2 and Q3 or Q3 is going to look terrible, to try to, all that is they're just trying to spook the market, because Go look at see who the top holders of Cineworld are. It's just silly. So.
Oh yeah. Well, he said yesterday, Cineworld / Regal, our next largest competitor, issued a fairly bleak prognosis for its near-term performance and liquidity. By contrast, at AMC, we are quite optimistic and confident in our future, especially so because of our new Ape security. And they released a statement today that I haven't read because I just looked at the tweet, but it's amazing. That's our silverback going out there and saying, we don't give a shit about you or whatever you're doing. You guys are worthless. And we're creating Ape. Look what it'll do. Checkmate.
Absolutely. We have a massive potential to raise more cash off of the backs of the short sellers. And all he has to do is announce the credit card and the popcorn. We could have 300 million in annual revenues from popcorn and grocery stores. That offsets a bad quarter. I mean, it's all right in line. I mean, he came out first and said, look, Q3 is not going to be what it was. He told us that for Q1, I think, and we blew it out of the water. We will all go to AMC and give them our money, and that's how we fix a bad Q3. It's just that simple.
Absolutely. And after all this, he's going to buy Cineworld, so no problem for them.
Yeah, I hope he does, man, because here in Albuquerque, New Mexico, the biggest theater is in the Cottonwood Mall, and that mall is always slam packed. I have to drive 30 minutes to go to my AMC. Luckily, I have one, but I would love to see AMC in the malls here in Albuquerque.
Okay, but don't you have Area 51 in New Mexico?
That's that's Nevada, isn't it? We have some weird stuff in New Mexico, but maybe no, it is Area 51. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't get into all that stuff. It's crazy out here.
I'm
more worried about
movies. You know, it has to do something with AMC. That I know that Area 51 is in New Mexico. So
No, Nevada.
Nevada. Thor's hammer landed in New Mexico. They actually, interesting thing, they just got done filming the movie Oppenheimer up here where I live and where my kid's mother went to high school, the movie about the atomic bomb. So they filmed Transformers out here, Indiana Jones, Let Me In. Yeah, like every movie is filmed in New Mexico. It's pretty wild.
Crazy, yeah. In my first vacation, the first vacation without my parents, when I was old enough, was 2 weeks in Los Angeles and Las Vegas. And I was in the middle of a shooting with Al Pacino. But that's a long story. I would like to have, we have so many speakers here now waiting. So I think Andy was the first one. Where do you come from, Andy?
Hi there, I'm from Scotland in the UK.
Great. So tell us your story, or do you have a question?
Yeah, sure. No, I just wanted to come on and just say hello to everyone, and I just think that everyone involved in this, I just think you have to be a special kind of person to have the resilience. And you know, I've been in this right from the very start. I think maybe just under 2 years now I've been holding AMC. And initially, I knew nothing about the stock market. I just started watching YouTube videos. You know, I was watching Trades and Matt Kors, and I slowly started to learn about the corruption. And it was such an eye opener. I got so into it, obsessed with it. I mean, I'm not. I don't make a lot of money really, but I've been buying shares the whole time. You know, every dip I've just been buying more and more shares. And I absolutely love the movies as well. You know, obviously we've got Odeon cinemas here, so I go to the cinema as much as I can. And I'm a massive movie geek, so for me it's just a no-brainer of an investment. But yeah, I just wanted to come on and just say, like, just well done to everyone who's held and who's got the conviction to stay strong, because it takes a certain type of person to do this, I think, and I think everyone's been amazing so far.
Thank you so much. And I have to admit, as a film geek, film fanatic, I love all your Scottish actors. I know, I mean, they are all brilliant. I love James McAvoy, I love Ewan McGregor, and of course I love Sean Connery as one of the Bond fans. You have so many talent in your country. It's great.
Yeah, you know, I think James McAvoy is such an underrated actor. He's one of my favorite actors. He's absolutely brilliant. I think you're totally right.
Is Gerard Butler from there?
Yeah, Gerard Butler is actually from not far from me. I can't remember exactly, but Gerard Butler is Scottish. Yeah. Obviously, he lives in America now. He's got a bit of a sort of American twang, but he's from Scotland originally. Yeah.
So I thought, yeah, he's it's funny. Some when you go back and you watch the older movies, and you see these guys in their first acting gigs as like an extra or like just a side role, and you see them. It's so funny to see how they look back in the day compared to now. I always love going back and reviewing the old movies.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you remember Ewan McGregor when he first started out, but one of his first films that shot him to stardom was a film called Trainspotting, which was based in Scotland. If you haven't watched that, I'd highly recommend you check that out. That is an amazing film.
I will. A lot of people don't know he was in Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Trainspotting is very unique. Yeah. I was never looking at a toilet like before. After no, you know what I mean.
I know exactly what you mean. Yeah, that seems a bit of a shocker, isn't it? Yeah. Yes, it's one of those films. Like, it's not for the faint-hearted, but it's a really well directed film by Danny Boyle, and that was one of his first sort of films that shot him to stardom as well. And it's it's definitely an experience. You should have it if you've not seen it. I would definitely highly recommend it.
Your guys' movies overseas, I got to watch a lot of them when I was deployed and such. And I'll tell you, there's so much more real nitty gritty, real life type scenario stuff, and they don't edit them out like they do in America. I watched some B-rate movies over there that just kind of, it took me a minute to process what was going on in these movies, but it's pretty amazing cinema outside the U.S., that's for sure.
Yeah, we are very, very, very sad in this moment because one of our greatest ever is gone now. It's Wolfgang Petersen, the man who brought us Das Boot and Air Force One and Troy and so on. He was a German guy, not far away from us here. He was also from the North Sea coast like me, and he was a god for us.
Yeah, Troy's hands down one of my favorite movies ever made. So,
okay, great. So, do you have any questions, or can I go to the next speaker?
Yeah.
What?
The only question I really have is obviously with the ape unit coming out now, and I've heard a lot of like sort of conflicting opinions. I mean, I used to listen to a lot of trades. I've kind of gone off him more recently. I know a lot of people have there's been a lot of nastiness towards him, which I don't think he deserves at all. But I heard him on his live stream the other day saying that he doesn't think that ape will expose the shorts, and then obviously like I've listened to people who 100% think that ape is going to expose the naked short, and so it's just basically to get more sort of opinions on that. I can't really make up my mind. Obviously, I'm getting excited about Monday, but I tried to keep my expectations in check because you know what it's like. There's nothing worse than being let down last minute.
It's curious that Trey would say that, and that Matt Kors would say that, and that Lou's out here saying the same thing. These big YouTubers, man, they kind of fell off of the movement for about 3 months, and they were all talking to each other. You know, they flew out and seen each other. They come out with this buy puts, hedge your position plan at $10. My personal opinion, and I have nothing against these guys, my personal opinion is they've been compromised. They've gotten paid. They've made a lot of money. Who they made it from, most of it, you know, YouTube and you know, Trey had his one good AMC call. I don't trust a single thing they're saying. Adam Aaron would not be doing this if it wasn't going to cause some type of beneficial factor for AMC. But for them to come out and say, I don't think it's going to expose the shorts, is more or less them knowing that they were not for the dividend idea when it started. They weren't for direct registration. A lot of things they've been putting out lately, I completely disagree with.
Yeah, no, I think you're definitely right. There's definitely been a massive change in tone in all these guys. And Spence, I respect your opinion. I honestly think that you're right. You're absolutely right. You're 100% with Lou. I mean, I used to watch a few of his videos, and I quite liked him for a while. But now I've seen this side of him now, and he has definitely been paid off. He's on the other side 100%, and I think you're totally right. But anyway, thanks very much for having me up to speak. I want to let someone else get up now, but thank you so much, and all the best, everyone. Keep holding and buying the dips, guys. You're the best.
So thank you very much. We have so many speakers now. I think, and I think Steffi Q is the next one, and I am looking forward to a girl speaking. So where do you come from, Steffi?
Genau, ich würde es auch erstmal auf Deutsch versuchen, wenn es okay ist. Mein Englisch ist eine Weile her. Ja, ich bin auch seit circa 1,5 Jahren bei AMC drin und seit einer Weile auch bei GameStop. Und ich muss ganz ehrlich sagen, ich verstehe hier auch tatsächlich bloß die Hälfte, weil einige reden so schnell, dass ich da gar nicht hinterherkomme. Ich habe mich auch gerade erst bei Twitter angemeldet, aufgrund, dass dieser Space Call weitergeleitet wurde in einem deutschen Forum. Und ich wollte mich einfach nur, weil du meintest, die Deutschen sollen sich auch mal zu Wort melden, würde ich mich wenigstens mal melden und sagen, dass es auch Frauen gibt, die dabei sind und dass auch deutsche Mädels am Start sind. Und ich bin auch davon überzeugt, dass die Rakete bald zündet.
Okay, Steffi is from Germany and she is with us in this boat, and she wants to tell us that also the girls are in this play, and she is with us, and she is absolutely convinced that we will win, and I am very, very thankful that she's sharing her story. She is just new on Twitter, just to hear us today. So, also vielen Dank dafür, dass du das alles auf dich genommen hast.
Gerne. Ein paar bekannte Gesichter, also Namen lese ich ja hier auch, die ich aus der deutschen Community kenne. Und ja, wie gesagt, ich werde jetzt sicherlich mal öfter hier sein und mehr mitbekommen und lass einfach mal liebe Grüße für alle da.
Okay, so greetings, lovely greetings from her to everyone in this space call, and she will participate more now because she made this account only to hear our calls. So welcome, Steffi. Also vielen Dank und super, dass du dich gemeldet hast. So, wen nehmen wir als nächstes? Der nächste ist AMC Bull Ape. Where do you come from?
Hey, what's up, y'all? What's up? How y'all doing? Spence, what's up, boy?
What's going on? Where's your homie? Where's Sugar at?
So yeah, I just wanted to let everybody know he is in the space call. He just can't come up right now due to, he's feeling under the weather right now. So, but he's in the space call. He's listening, and I feel like I'm his keeper now.
Bro, if you wouldn't have posted your ticket to the movie tonight, I wouldn't have looked at mine. I thought my ticket was for the 19th.
Yeah, you would have been disappointed.
I would have thrown a temper tantrum.
No, but I'm definitely, I'll be there tonight, man. 5 o'clock. Can't wait. Got my popcorn ready. Got my drinks ready. Ready to see Goku, man. But I just wanted to come in, show my love, let you know. Remember Tim, he was on my post. So I promised you guys that I was going to get Sugar back. So he is back. He just, he's under a new account as well. So just wanted to let you guys know.
I saw it. I read it. But to be honest, I wasn't sure if this was really him, because Mr. Dip and at Nefarious Happy, I thought that this is not his style normally. So I was confused.
You better be glad he didn't go with Tupac, because that was his other choice.
Okay. So he can hear us now.
Yeah.
I know that something was happening, and I just want to tell him when he hears me now. I love you, brother, and you did so much for our community. You are the reason why this call exists, because you brought this new emotion side in this whole calls. It's not about DD, it's not about TA, it's about stories, it's about the life, and it's about bringing people together and making an emotional impact, not a technical impact, you know. And I want to say thank you, and I hope that we will hear you soon. So thank you very much. So again, we have so many speakers now. What about Töma?
Yeah, hi everyone. I'm also a German ape, so I was also here the last time. Just wanted to say hi to the round in general. I think, today and yesterday was probably not a good day, but I think everyone knows already this is the kind of factory they are doing, so nothing new to us. So we shouldn't, have any doubt about it. As you already mentioned, you will load up on AMC, and I will do so too. Nothing new. Everything is going as usual, I would say. So looking forward for next week.
Ich danke dir, Töma. Yeah, hopefully I am looking forward to next week extremely too, and I'm so convinced something will happen. It's for me, it's no problem. So Dao, welcome.
Welcome. Thanks. Hi to everybody. My intention just was some couple minutes ago to jump to your side, give you some support for translation, as you have been struggling about finding some words. So I have nothing to tell. Perhaps it's a long journey, and I'm excited that it's not getting bored at all. So I like those calls, and I mostly like to listen to those calls, and I'm more or less quiet. And it's we are repeating all the stuff all the time, but it's not getting boring. So I think it's great, and we're getting real tight community. So thanks to everybody.
Thank you, man. So, for translating, also bist du Deutsch, ja? Ich weiß es jetzt gar nicht mehr.
Ja, sicher, ich komme aus Düsseldorf.
Okay. Also wenn der Aktiengoofy jetzt noch mal was sagen möchte, haben wir hier jemanden, der das vielleicht simultan sogar noch ein bisschen besser übersetzen kann.
Bloß nicht, hör bloß auf.
So, one moment, we have a new question. Chris loves cannabis. What a great name. Where do you come from? Okay, Chris, go ahead.
Oh, I didn't have much to say. Actually, the only reason why I wanted to speak is earlier we were talking about, brought up Area 51 and that, in fact, being in Nevada. I think the confusion with New Mexico was that old, that 1947 Roswell, New Mexico crash landing, alleging a alien flying saucer landed in some farmer's property or something, and the Air Force and everything getting behind it. There's a bunch of ideas, like there were people blaming the Soviets, that it was a spy craft, and I think the ultimate, the ultimate hush story was that it was a weather balloon that busted and landed in the guy's property. They found a bunch of the debris, and it kind of more or less turned out to seem like a weather balloon situation. But that's all. That's all. It just kind of stuck with me. I was like, because I understood where you were coming with the New Mexico, and I was like, okay, he's referring to Roswell, and I just wanted to clear that up for you.
Yeah, Men in Black.
I mean, yeah, there you go. Anyway, that's all, man, and just what's up, everybody, and I'm glad to be here with all of you, and you guys, we've all got the same energy, so that's fucking far out,
Absolutely, man. I'm so ready for tomorrow, man. And this weekend's going to be crazy. Honestly, I just bought some new games from GameStop today. The dude hooked me up, man. I got 2 really good games for $60. I'm literally probably just going to pop an edible and just chill all weekend and play Legends of Zelda just to get through the weekend so I can get to Monday.
Well, it's I can't play anything because I always have to wait 5 to 6 years till the next Sniper Elite comes out, because this is the only game I play. It's the PS5 from my son, and he's playing all the time, as a kid. But I only play this one game because it is so great, and there is no game like this. And sadly, it comes out a few months ago, so I am done with it. So I have to wait now 5 years.
Yeah, sometimes just having the right game, the one game is it. I mean, I replay literally Chrono Trigger once a year and Final Fantasy VII at least once or twice a year. Minimum. I mean, my old games, my classic games I love, I go back to them all the time.
Yeah, I gotta scratch off a couple every year. One of them being Castlevania 2. I gotta hit Simon's Quest.
Yes.
And just some challenges, man. I gotta keep sharp on some of those hard games.
There's a bar in my hometown back in Michigan called Brinestar, which is named after a Metroid level, and they've got nothing but the classic games in there. So I found Simon's Quest in there, and I got about $10 in quarters. And everybody was standing there watching me going, how do you know how to play this game? I'm like, once you beat it the first time, you never forget it. It's one of the best games ever made.
Oh yeah, once you get through Simon's Quest, it's in your blood. It's taken over you. You're pretty much set for life as long as you kind of go through it every once in a while. You got to keep refreshed a bit.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay, so we have a new speaker. Manny, where do you come from?
Hey Tim, man, I'm really proud of you, man. You, Spence, Swing. I almost, I was not gonna come back because some stuff happened that somebody who I had always a lot of respect and love for, and then they turn around and they hurt your feelings, and when you especially, I didn't came here for like attention and likes and followers. I came because I love the community. That's why I stayed for so long. For me, community, people, emotions, feelings, other people, they matter. To me, people matter. And to me, it's more to life than just how many followers, and like how many likes I can get. For me, life was never about that. If I could not do something good for the community, or if I can't lift somebody up, like in their bad times, I would not be here again, but to listen, like to Paul and, Spence and, my buddy Bull, and to you guys, that's why, and like Bull said, Spence and Bull, I was talking, they were like, don't let just because of few people, there are a lot of good people, those who, treat you like their friends. And, that's what I thought too, Ben, it's not about just one person, because they said something. It's more about how big of a community and how good people there are. And just because of some one person said, I'm not gonna just, so I this is my new account, but I'm very proud, Tim, and I'm proud of all my friends from around the world, German friends, all of you guys, like the amount of the love and respect we show each other. It's very hard to find that. But this community, it's not just about a stock or money. It's an emotion. It's an emotion, feelings that binds us together, regardless of where we are from, which country, which language, which race. It just doesn't matter. What matters is how we support each other, how we stand, shoulder to shoulder with each other. And, when I see the stock getting slaughtered, that's why I was like, man, no, now is not the time to give up. Now is the time to come back even stronger and stand with the people, those who, always stood by me. So, I'm here. I'm not leaving. I'm going to see this till the end. But, I'm not going to let somebody to tell me that, I was here for just followers. And no, I'm not. My life is way bigger than that, but I'm just proud to know you. I've made some friends, those who are more like a family, and I'm not gonna give up on that family and that friends. So I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. I'm gonna see this till the last end, man, and we will win. They can shake us, but they'll never be able to break us.
You
no
ever seen
what
me lose, Sugar? You ever seen me lose?
No, I know.
That's what I'm saying.
I know. But Spence, when say I treat you like a brother, and if I say you are a brother, I don't say it just to say it. I mean it. Like Bull, like Tim and all. And if when you hear some hurtful things from somebody whom you always stood by, and regardless of, and I don't make choose friends, I don't choose you, or I don't choose friends over other friends. For me, everybody is as a good friend. To me, I don't choose one people or leave me because you don't like somebody, or the other person don't like you. I don't do that. For me, I try to bring everybody together, and that's why I came. I came because when I saw last September, that it was going the other way, I tried to keep it together, even though I was going in DMs like, hey, don't, let's get together, this and that, everybody, and that. So I know, and I just have to, focus on that, focus on the good people, and focus on this community that wants something good out of this life and this whole play. Everything else is just noise. I'm not gonna focus on that. Just this week, I focused on myself. I made almost $4,800 in 1 week, in just 3 days. So if I can do it, because I day trade, other stocks, and make money, and you know I invest more in HYMC and AMC. But I that's the thing, is focus on yourself, focus on your goals, focus on the good people, and sooner or later, the battle is already half won, more than half won. All it's just a matter of when. It's not if. They already lost the battle. It's just when they give up. And that's it. They know sooner or later. Like just today's price action, it just makes me even more convinced and committed to see these guys are on the last end. Now they're scrambling to bring it down whatever they can, because come next few weeks, it's going to be fireworks. It's going to be fireworks people never seen before. So I'm proud of you guys, man. And I love you guys. I have nothing but respect for all of you. And let's like my buddy Bull always say, let's get that bread.
Sugar, I think I can promise you, even in the name of Spence or Swing or Terra or everybody from this group who will have to host a call, that will always be a safe place for you. And I told, for 2 years, I told everybody, and I wrote it on Twitter, that I don't trust anybody only when I hear this lovely voice from you. And now I know, okay, it is really him. It was so sus, and then I don't wanted to believe it immediately, but now I hear you, and now I know that it is really you, and I'm happy. So just like I said, I think these spaces with your friends will always be safe places for you. And if something will go wrong or something like that, this man or woman will be deleted. Don't know how to say it, but I want you to assure that this will always be a safe place for you.
Thank you, Tim. And you know that, Tim, you don't know how I go through in life. You know, I don't know what lot of things you go through in your life. But being kind and little bit respect and appreciating, it goes a long way. For me, it's all about love and respect. If I give you that, that's all I need. I'm not here for, you know, that I want to make any money off the community, or, you know, I use, no. You know, I work very hard, and for me it's all about that. If I call you friends, you know, I expect the same thing as what I give you. That's all. So I won't let one person, you know, just because you know, one person thinks, you know, they just one, and you know, I don't want to get sucked in their drama, man. They do whatever they need to do. I'll do what I do best. I'll be myself. And you know, you do what you do best, just like in these calls. And to all my German friends and everybody in this call, you know, like, doesn't matter which country you are from, doesn't matter, you know, how your English is. I mean, like, you know, Spencer was saying, your English is better than a lot of people, you know, like even here. So don't feel shy. Like, have this call, and we will have this call next week also. Give people a platform, let people be them, hear their stories, hear their emotions, because right now everything is done. Now we need that emotional aspects of this community. So, you know, the world can see that we are just human beings. We have families, we have kids, we are just like them. Just, it's not just about, you know, like money, or, you know, like, no, it's we have families, and we want everyone to succeed. But we, you know, so we will keep doing this. That's the only reason I came back, is because I will never give up on good people, no matter what happened, just because of few people. So, you know, thank you for all the love and respect, and I'll stick with you guys, you know, and see it till the end. And God willing, we will win. You know, we will be victorious.
Thank you so much. Nice words, like usual. And there was a kind of color missing in these in this call without you. So we need you, and we are proud that you did it. And I'm especially proud that you did it, because I know that you said you need some more time and so on. And it's great that you have that you are here. So thank you very much for that. So, does anybody have another story to tell, or does someone want to speak, or do I have forget someone who wants to speak? I have to look at it. So feel free, if you want to say something now.
Everybody get their shot in? Is that? I know there's a lot going on in the market right now. I don't know personally what's going on with Bed Bath & Beyond, or what's going on with Ryan Cohen. I didn't know maybe if Swing wanted to touch on it, and because it is a pretty big, sizable market event happening. There's a big downturn in Bed Bath & Beyond and GameStop right now. Again, I'm not going to sell my GameStop either way. It's not important enough for me to sell. On a 10% drop, I'm up like 80%. So, but AMC down another 3% after hours, which is perfect. I am going to be buying more AMC in the morning to get even more dividend. Pretty excited about it.
Hey, yo, Spence, did Adam Aaron reply to your request for donation?
No, he didn't. I did kind of put them on the spot, though. So it was funny, though. Not even an hour later, he came out and announced that AMC was doing a weekend viewing of Grease, where every ticket sold would get $1 donated to a cancer institution. So they did do something, but he did not specifically reply back to my challenge online, which is fine.
Hey guys, just trying to understand all of this. Where if we buy the stock tomorrow, we would still like get the dividend, right? Just want to make sure of that. Okay. Because I'm just trying to make sure, like, even if it's after hours, we would still get it, right?
Nope, you got to buy before close of market.
Oh, you have to buy it before close of market. Okay.
The way I read it, it was close of market, so I assume after hours doesn't count. But either way, I mean, if you're going to buy it, you need to get in and get it. If you really want the ape, you better get it before 4, because the way this stuff's going on, like I said, GameStop and Bed Bath & Beyond are dumping. I don't know. Cohen might be getting out because he knows things are about to squeeze, and he doesn't want to be in when they squeeze, because he could technically get in trouble for some of that. So if there's big market events tomorrow, and Monday, you don't want to be waiting. I'm buying at 7 a.m. in the morning to get more ape dividend. I'm not going to take any chances with any halts or any weird stuff going on. So,
okay. And the second question I have is, because I'm reading, and everywhere I read, I get different answers. Is there like anywhere, like, is it like whatever the price of AMC is going to be at close of market tomorrow? Is that going to be the price, like half the price of ape, or do we have any idea what the price of ape is going to be?
I think that's going to be the case.
Yeah. Okay. We know ape has to open at $4 minimum for listing requirements. But if it's 50-50 and it's a split like that, then you would just, like if you have calls or whatever your price average is, you would just add up ape and AMC together, and that would be your actual price. So
yeah, that's what makes me think it's going to be 50-50. So at least they have to keep it above $10. So we're going to get $10 of each, right?
If that's what they do, yeah. So I'm so actually, after everything I've read and everything I've researched, I'm so for this plan. It's one we've been pushing for a long time, that I really don't have too many worries about it, because I do think ape is probably going to blow up. I don't know. It's so hard to say. That basically it should be a 50-50. Then you would add your AMC and ape together, and that would be your price. And that would also be how your options would play out for your strike. Say if you have like a $20 call and you add your ape and AMC together and it's $20, then you would be, on the money. So
okay. And then so I want to also understand how many share. I know there's like 4.5 billion shares and all that for the ape, right? That Adam Aaron can divvy up. But I want to know, how many can he divvy up on the first round? Is there like a limit that he can like divvy up, or can he drop all of them at once, like tomorrow?
No, he cannot drop all of the 4.5 billion. The most he could drop Monday is another like 472 million shares. They've only authorized the use of 1 billion out of the 5 billion. Little more than half of that is going to the dividend, which is non-dilutive. So Monday, Tuesday, technically he could drop another 475 some million, but they have stated in their 8K that they don't plan on doing that anytime in 2022 or 2023. But keep in mind, if ape goes to $200 a share, and Adam Aaron comes out and says, I'm issuing another 100 million, he can pay off every dollar of AMC debt with one simple sale, for a very minimal dilution. The actual fundamental value of the debt being gone would be more valuable in a ratio of value to dilution, debt cancellation to dilution ratio.
Okay. And the last thing I couldn't understand or didn't know where to look, maybe you guys can guide me, is like, I've been holding AMC for a long time. So now the tax implication on AMC would be 20%, as opposed to 40% if it was a short term. So this is roughly based on the brackets. Now, if I were to drop APE on there, would there be a different tax implication, or does anybody know anything about that?
That's a good question.
I would have to go back and read that. There is some tax info in the filings that AMC put up on investor relations. I would recommend going and reading that. They said it specifically in there. I just don't remember it off the top of my head right now.
Yeah, I was trying to read that and I couldn't understand it exactly. That's why I was just But I'll read again and see if I can make more sense of it. So maybe I'll sleep on it and I'll put some more cells behind it. Hopefully.
You know what's funny? A little off topic, but somebody in the YouTube chat just said everybody's super mad about Ryan Cohen dumping his BBBY if that's what he in fact did. And then they go, well, what if he did so he can buy AMC tomorrow? That would just absolutely be such an event.
Yeah, it would, man. But I really don't want no more people in this thing than already people that are in there, because I don't want another piece that can come in. I mean, that's just me. I'm not trying to, there's so many pieces that have been added onto this thing that honestly, I wish that he would just stay clear of it. That way we can have a clean, whatever muddy squeeze we are going to have, rather than another person we have to worry about that's a whale.
Hey, I don't know if I can change the host to another person, but I just got to say, and I'm sorry, everybody, I miscalculated my calendar. I've got about 10 minutes before I have to get off the call. I don't know if Tim, if you want to reopen another call and keep it going.
Spence, it's the middle of the night here in Germany. It's about 12 p.m. And we all have to get to work. Only till next week, but this week we have to work. so it's not a problem at all for us, for the Europeans, when we stop, and we can tell every story of this world next week. It's no problem.
Yeah, we can do another call next week, and we can actually do it earlier in the day if you would like. Like I can start hosting around noon to 2. Or even at 8 a.m. in the morning if you guys want to do it earlier for your.
No, maybe 2 hours before your markets are closed. That is 8 p.m. Our time.
Gotcha. Yeah, we'll set up another call, man. I get we can still get these last hands though for sure.
Thanks, everybody. Have a great day.
Thank you. Robert, one moment. There's a new... Robert, where do you come from?
I see, I don't see Robert speaking. I do see Joshua has his hand up though.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Joshua.
Hey, so I was just this is pure speculation, but I was just going to say that I have a feeling that Ape really is going to go high next week. And then you'll see on like outlets like CNBC or Fox Business, all the financial networks, that retail investors are the ones that are driving up the stock, when essentially it's brokers that are trying to get their hands on the Ape share and or other short funds, but they'll totally twist the narrative saying that, oh, look, Ape opens up and retail's driving it way up.
You're talking about institutions are trying to rush in. Yeah, the demand is going to be through the roof. That's a guarantee. So
yeah. So I think like even when it does like go sky, even if Ape goes sky high, you'll hear like all the financial media will just say, oh, retail's pushing up the price of their Ape share. When that in fact that's not the case. It's the brokers that have to buy. It's the institutions that have to buy.
Yeah, potentially, man. I mean, there's so much going on. Like I'm seeing the NYSE just drop new rules in the after hours. So you never know what's going to happen in the markets. But I mean, the bottom line is that everybody that's short has to buy Ape for every share they're short. So it's going to be pretty interesting.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, I'm holding till Monday. If AMC dips tomorrow, but that'll be fine. But if there's Ape available on Monday for $4, I am hitting the buy button as fast as you can imagine.
I think you're going to see some pretty amazing FOMO. We're going to see fuckery, guys. That's a guarantee, too. We know that's going to happen, so.
Absolutely. So, Robert, welcome.
Hey,
I heard something interesting today, and there's just so many aspects to what he has done here at Adam Aaron, as far as so many different ways that he's screwed these fuckers. On Rocket's channel, it was kind of a question for Swing. Is like they were talking about exercising out of the money calls. Like, say you got something for January, say Ape goes to 50, 100, you're going to get 100 AMC and 100 Ape for exercising those shares, but you'll have to pay a premium of what your price is. But if Ape goes through the roof, you can always exercise and now put more pressure. Also, is it not true?
Swing, you there? He may be busy. I'm not 100% sure totally on all that. I only know the basics of what they're doing with the options chain, but I will tell you that Tony DeNaro did put out a really good video on YouTube about it. If you just go to YouTube and type in like Ape options, Tony DeNaro, it'll pop up, and it helps explain a lot of it. That's why I just buy stock. I've told everybody from day one, buy the stock, hold it, Fidelity, DRS it, and just enjoy the ride, man.
Yeah, I don't do options. It was just an interesting take, and like you keep hearing all these different possibilities of, they're just put in a bad spot because, like, and I don't know if a whole lot of people know that they can exercise out of the money calls and say this would be like the only circumstances where it would really pay off, because if you're paying your strike price to exercise that call or that put or whatever, nobody's using puts, but well, not. But you know what I mean? It would pay for itself if Ape went through the roof, and then it would also apply more pressure.
Yeah, absolutely. I think if people are if they're in the money coming up Friday, if something happens tomorrow and prices kick back up and you exercise your calls and you get your shares, you're going to get the dividend. But exercising calls is a really bullish thing to do. I mean, if we want any type of gamma, that's what's got to happen. So
I just thought I'd bring it up because like nobody knew, and then I looked it up too, and in the American markets we can exercise in or out of the money, and it's right there for Google search, and not a lot of people know. So I was just wondering if Swing had heard about it, and like I would hope that more information gets pushed out, because all these people with these January calls, like they can gamma this bitch even higher.
Yeah, I'll probably I'll try to host another call tomorrow while stuff's going on, so everybody knows. I forgot and realized that I got to go see the Dragon Ball superhero movie tonight at 5. So I'm about 30 minutes away and an hour out. So I'm kind of ill prepared tonight, and I apologize for that, everybody.
No, everybody appreciates you guys doing these space calls, and with them doing the shit they do, it's just very nice. And people got to hear that these, they are screwed in so many ways from Sunday. It is not even funny. And it's just nice to hear everybody spitballing all these ways that they're fucked.
Yeah, they're not in a good position. I don't care what anybody says. That's pretty obvious. When you're posting $98 billion quarterly losses and all your buddies have went out of business, where there's smoke, there's fire. So anybody who says these hedge funds are doing okay is blowing sunshine for sure.
Absolutely, yeah. But Spencer, if you want to end it now, you really have to say it. Okay, it's no problem at all.
Yeah, I better call her quits, guys. I better get ready to go here.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming. Appreciate you. Please like and subscribe. I'll be back on tomorrow to get some stuff going on. Really appreciate y'all. Much love. Y'all have a good night. Frog